Hey, what's up everyone? It's your girl Brain Shanae, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my September TBR. So if you want to know all the books and mangas that I plan on reading this month, please stay tuned. And I am back, and also if you're new to my channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. Long time no see. I know I haven't done a lot of content except doing reading sprints, so my apologies. And I usually, for the past couple of months, like setting up TBRs has not been my thing because I am just such a huge mood reader. So sometimes I want to read something and sometimes it's like, nah, I don't want to read that. I want to read something else. So my mood consistently changes throughout the months and the prior months. But this particular month 30 and 30 is happening. I'm really excited. I've been in my manga era this year and I just really want to complete this challenge. I have not yet been able to complete it and to and just to complete it and read 30 manga in, in a month, for September. So I feel like this is my month. This is my time. So I'm here to share with you all the manga that I plan on reading. Now, amongst these manga, there are also some that I own and some from my local library, because I'm also going to be participating in Atia's Readathon, which is Read Your Library Readathon, which I'm really excited to participate, to support, but first, well, actually, let's go ahead and start out with that. So for Atia's Read Your Library Readathon, as it literally states, read your library. So these are books, they're going to be books from your local library. She has prompts and there's going to be 2 requirements. So the 2 requirements is to first read all the challenges, all the Read Your Library challenges. And the second requirement is to get a bingo. So 5 in a row. So the prompts, which I'll put right here are like the challenges and that we need to complete. Now I know these I'm going to be able to complete. I'm really nervous about the bingo though. So hopefully I can accomplish both of the requirements for this readathon. So the first challenge is book you've been meaning to read. It's fine. It says finally get to that book you've been wanting to read for a long time. So the book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. I've been a huge fan of Bridget Collins, especially when I read Betrayals, and then I recently read the Silence Factory, which was I just really enjoyed it so much. I love the Silence Factory, which is her recent Bridget Collins' recent release that just came out last month in August. So I'm really excited to get into this, The Binding by Bridget Collins. This is a rich gothic entertainment that reminds us of the power of storytelling and spell binding. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. It says, proclaimed as truth spell binding, a great fable that functions as transporting romance by The Guardian, The Runaway, and it says the #1 international bestseller arrives in America. And then it goes on to say, imagine you could erase grief. Imagine you could remove pain. Imagine you could hide the darkest, most horrifying secret forever. And then it goes on to say, young Emmett Farmer is working in the fields when a strange letter arrives, summoning him away from his family. He is to begin an apprenticeship as a bookbinder, a vocation that arouses fear, superstition, and prejudice among their small community, but one neither he nor his parents can afford to refuse. For as long as he can recall, Emmett has been drawn to books even though they are strictly forbidden. Bookbinding is a sacred calling. The bookbinder Saradith informs her new apprentice, and he is a binder born. Under the old woman's watchful eye, Emmett learns to handcraft the elegant leather-bound volumes. Within each one, they will capture something unique and extraordinary, a memory. If there's something you want to forget, a binder can help. If there's something you need to erase, they can assist. Within the pages of the books they create, secrets are concealed and the past is locked away. In a vault under Saradith's workshop, rows upon rows of books filled with memories are meticulously stored. But while Saradith is an artisan, there are others of their kind, avaricious and immoral tradesmen who use their talents for dark ends. And just as Emmett begins to settle into his new circumstances, he makes an astonishing discovery. There's a book with his name on it. Soon everything he thought he understood about his life will be dramatically rewritten. An unforgettable novel of enchantment, mystery, memory, and forbidden love. The binding is a beautiful homage to the allure and life-changing power of books, and a reminder to us all that knowledge can be its own kind of magic. So, I'm really excited to get into this. Like I said, I've been wanting to read this. So, this is the perfect time to do so, and it's from my library. So I feel like this fulfills the first prompt, book you've been meaning to read, for the Read Your Library Readathon. So here is this. The next one, it says library classic, read a classic novel that you've always wanted to read. I don't necessarily think it's a classic per se, but I've heard a lot of things about it. It's been on our, it's a lot of our customers and stuff, the people that come into our library have always wanted, or the kids especially have asked about this, especially teens have asked about this particular book. I don't necessarily know that it's a classic, but, that is The Tea Dragon Society, by Kay O'Neill. I've heard a lot of things about this. I know that Ashley from, Realm of Comics, as well as Bree from Lock Beautician, had their book club, and this was one of the books that they read. I think they read all 3 of this particular series, and it's crazy how this was what they read recently, and this has been one of the requested books in my particular library. So I don't necessarily think it's a classic, but I feel like it's very well known. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go with this, and I cannot wait to read this. So here is that. The next one is staff pick. So I have a few manga readers that are my coworkers who are manga readers, and he recommended, now it's crazy because I've been wanting to read this for a while, and we were just talking, and he recommended Frieren. And I've been talking about this, I know, especially during my reading sprints, and I'm like, okay, this is perfect. So I have Frieren Volume 1, and I have Frieren Volume 2, Beyond Journey's End. So I'm really excited to get into this. For the first manga, it says, Elf Mage Frieren and her courageous fellow adventurers have defeated the Demon King and brought peace to the land. But Frieren will long outlive the rest of her former party. How will she come to understand what life means to the people around her? Decades after their victory, the funeral of one of her friends confronts Frieren with her own near immortality. Frieren sets out to fulfill the last wishes of her comrades and finds herself beginning a new adventure. So I'm really excited to get into this. I think there's maybe 11 or 12 volumes of this. So also this will be perfect for 30 and 30. So I'm also incorporating this as well. So not only is this a staff pick and accomplishes one of the challenges for Read Your Library, this also will go towards 30 and 30 as well. So here's volume 1 and volume 2 for this. The next one says library sale find. So I do have it. It's somewhere over there. But it is The Covenant of Water. I was able to get this at my local library. At my library that I work at, we had a lot of copies of it. So I went ahead and got it. I've been wanting to read it, and I just did not want to spend $30 for it. So when I saw it at my library for sale for $2.64, I'm like, yes. So yeah, Covenant of Water will definitely go for the library sale find. I'm really excited to get into this. It is a chunker, but I don't care. This is a perfect time for me to start reading my tomes and to get my page count up. So this is the perfect time for that, and that is the perfect book for that prompt or challenge. And the next one is book you borrowed and never returned. Choose a book that you've had checked out from the library for way too long, read it, and then return it. I don't have any book like that. Unfortunately, I literally, even as a kid, I was making sure the book was still in great condition, and I returned them. I never once kept a library book. I don't know why. I just never kept one. So I'm not necessarily sure Book You Borrowed and Never Returned I would fit, but I have some library books that would, I don't know, would go for it. So, let's see. I have a couple from library. I think I might go with, let's see. I think I'm going to go with this one. I've had it for a while. I renewed it like 2 times because there wasn't a hold for it. And that is Back Home, Story Time with My Father. But I think for this particular book, I'm going to go with Book About Books. And this has like a story time with my father. So I feel like that fits perfectly. And then for Book You Borrowed and Never Returned, which I will return, but I've had it for a while. I did another renewal for it because there wasn't a hold. So I'm going to go with this one, Over My Dead Body by Sweeney Boo. This is the perfect time to read this, perfect time of year. Fall weather is now approaching. So I feel like since there wasn't a book that I borrowed and never returned, but I am going to return it, but I just been renewing it for a few times. I thought maybe this would just fit the prompt perfectly. This one is Beware What Lies Waiting for You in the Woods. Another school year begins at the Unwitty Hidden Institute of Witchcraft, and Abigail knows that this is the year she needs to buckle down, grow up, and start taking her studies seriously. But everything is thrown off course when her mentee, Noreen, goes missing. Abby's classmates are quick to put Noreen's disappearance behind them. The coven will find her, they say. They have it under control, but Abby can't let it go, and her search for answers leads her down a rabbit hole that uncovers more secrets than she can handle. As the mounting evidence steers her toward the untamed woods that surround the Institute, Abby begins to see that Noreen's disappearance has a lot in common with the story of another girl who went missing all those years ago. So yeah, really excited to get into this, and it's also from my library. So here is that. And then for a book about books, the prompt that I talked about previously, we're going to go with this, Back Home, A Story Time with My Father by Arlene Elizabeth Casimir and illustrated by Ken Daly. And I also saw this on Ashley from the Realm of Comics. She had this on her IG, and I was like, ooh, this would be perfect for my kids and I to read together. It says, my daddy tells the best stories, and all his stories begin with "Lackey, back home." Luna loves hearing her daddy's stories, the funny ones, the sad ones, the ones with lessons about truth and love. Each story transports her to her father's homeland, Haiti, a place she does not know but that she can see, hear, and feel when she closes her eyes. Everyone has stories. Her mommy tells her. Loon starts to wonder, could she have stories of her very own too? So yeah, I feel like I think it fits perfectly. I mean, it talks about stories, which, I mean, books aren't, they're part of stories or whatnot. So I feel like this would be perfect for that prompt, for that challenge. And then there's the bingo board. So I feel like those fulfill my challenges. So there is that for Read Your Library Readathon. I'm really excited to participate, and thank you so much, Atia, for creating this readathon. I'm really excited to read all these books I've been meaning to get to. So this is the perfect time to do so. So the next few books, they are manga. These are going to be for 30 and 30. So we have volumes 1, 2, and 3 of I'm the Villainess. I'm Taming the Final Boss. Now, I watched the anime and I was inspired to read the manga. So here is volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. I just checked, and volume 4 is going to be coming out later in November. So I'll probably pick this series back, or pick that up later in November when it releases, and put a hold on it on my library. But for the first manga, it says, when her fiance breaks up with her in front of the entire student body, noblewoman Eileen Dutriche is devastated, or she would have been, if that wasn't also the exact moment memories of her past life came crashing back. Turns out she's been reborn as the villainess of a dating sim, and according to the story, she's slated to die at the hands of the Demon King in 3 months. But Eileen's already got a plan. Step 1, get Demon King Claude to fall in love with her. Step 2, live. So, may I say more? Like, this is perfect. So I'm excited to get into this. The next one this is the second book of the Tea Dragon Society. So we have the Tea Dragon Festival. So I wanted to read this as well. I think the third one is going to be coming soon. Honestly, I think it's on my way to my library that I want to pick it up from. So yeah, so I'm going to probably also reading the third book as well. But yeah, so we also have the Tea Dragon Festival by Katie O'Neill as well. And I really love this cover. It's really pretty. So there is that. The next one we have Honey Lemon Soda. This is volume 6. I've really enjoyed the series so far. I know that it is going to be an anime, I think maybe later on this year or sometime next year. And I just really enjoy this series so much. So I'm really excited to get into this one. The next one, I just saw this on the shelf one day and was like, okay, let me just pick it up and see what it is. So it says Scarlet Secret. This is by Tomo Sarazawa. Here is this one. Sorry if you can... There's a glare. It says, with his crimson eyes and uncanny ability to predict the weather, Shiki was the odd child out in his village. Despite his quirks, the village chieftain's son, Yamato, always considered him his dearest friend. Then the shamaness Himiko, ruler of Yamatai, selected Shiki as a ritual sacrifice. This sounds very interesting. So I think that's another reason why I picked it up. So this is another book that I'll be reading 30 and 30, or new manga that I'll be reading 30 and 30. The next one, everybody's talked about this manga. I also want to, I think it's an anime now, so I also want to watch that too, but I feel like I should read this first, and that is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. This is the complete manga collection. And I just wanted to own it. So here is that. This is a beautiful cover. Love this so much amongst the cherry blossoms. It says a bittersweet romance. In this deeply moving first-person story, an introverted high school boy finds his classmate's diary and learns her biggest secret. Yamachi Sakura is dying from a pancreatic disease, and now he is the only person outside her family to know the truth. The last thing the boy wants is to be her friend, but Sakura's cheerful demeanor and their shared secret draw them together in this heart-rending tale of friendship and mortality. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. This is the perfect month to do so. The next ones, I've been wanting to get into these. I'm not sure when the next manga is out or if it already is. So we have volumes 3 of A Condition Called Love, which I really love the anime. I highly recommend it. It is on Crunchyroll. So here is volume 3, volume 4, volume 5, if this will focus, volume 5, volume 6, volume 7 of Condition Called Love, and volume 8 right there, if it will focus. Sorry, there we go. So I read already volumes 1 through 2, so now I'm going to be reading 3 through 8. So I'm really excited to get into this. I've owned these are mine. I really enjoyed the anime, especially when I was trying to find another thing to replace the Sign of Affection, which I really, really love as well. I'm already caught up with Sign of Affection. I think the next volume comes out maybe this month or next month. I'm not sure, but A Sign of Affection has my heart. But this is also very cute as well. So I'm excited to read those. The next one, next manga that I'll be reading for 30 and 30 is going to be I See Your Face. This is Turned Away. This is volume 2. I really enjoyed volume 1. I feel for each of these mangas, we're getting different perspectives of each main character. First it was the girl. Now we're dealing with the boy. It says, and it says there's 4 stories of unrequited love. So we're going to be probably getting maybe 4 manga. I don't know how long the series will go, but I'm really excited to get into this one. So here's that. The next one, which I really am loving, and it is going to be an anime. It's going to be coming out, I think, in October of this year. So that also intrigued me and motivated me to start reading the manga. So I already read volumes 1 through 3. So now this is volume 4 of Nina the Starry Bride. So this is volume 4, and here is volume 5 of Nina the Starry Bride. So I'm really excited to get into this as well. So there are those. The next one, I've had this for a while, and I feel like this is the best time to read this. This is Paradise Kiss. This is by Ai Azawa. This is the 20th anniversary edition of A Paradise Kiss. It says, wildly popular artist Ai Yazawa's beloved fashion-centric manga, Paradise Kiss, is back in a glorious omnibus edition to celebrate 20 years since the manga began serialization. Follow Yukari's through the looking glass journey as she is drawn into the world of fashion by a group of passionate young aesthetes who are determined to make their couture label a success with Yukari as their muse. It says, admittedly, the premise of Paradise Kiss sounds like improbable schoolyard fantasy. Ordinary girl falls for glamorous fashion prodigy, then enters alternate hipster universe, but the emotions are real. A message of individualism is also clear to see in Ai Yazawa's art style, which freely diverges from normal manga and instead takes its cue from the worlds of high fashion and counterculture. So I'm really excited to get to this. This is a thickums, so I'm definitely going to take my time for this. So yeah, we have Paradise Kiss. And then last but not least, I've been wanting to read this for a while, to the point that I really want to get the deluxe illustrated edition from the UK. So I want to start reading this, so we have The Name of the Wind. This is by Patrick Rothfuss. And yeah, so I had to get this edition. It's beautiful and I love it so much. Just so beautiful. And it's illustrated. So I was like, why not? So yeah, I went ahead and got this edition, but the illustrations are really beautiful. So there's that. But yeah, so these are all the mangas and books that I plan on reading for September. I'm really excited for Read Your Library Readathon, and also excited to finally, not attempt, finally complete the 30 and 30 manga reading challenge this month. So there is that. So I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that I can do it, y'all, because this is my month. I'm gonna keep telling myself I'm gonna speak it into existence. But that is it. That is all the books and mangas that I do plan on reading in September. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you are staying healthy and staying safe, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye, everyone.